Hello and welcome back. Today's video is going to be my first favorites video of the year. I'm very excited. I thought I would just demonstrate the products and do this in a get ready with me style. I have not done a get ready with me style video in a very long time, so I just thought I would change it up. I thought that would be fun to do. So I will be demoing the products. I'll link everything down below if you are interested. Those are affiliate links. FYI, I do always label them as that. And yeah, let's just get started. I have not been awake for very long and I still have like marks on my face, but hey, that is okay. As far as eyeshadow, I'm already wearing the Pretty Vulgar eyeshadow primer, which I really do like. I also have the Milani one. Those are both great. And I set them down with a little bit of a cream colored eyeshadow. Palette wise, if you did not see my ranking all of the palettes I tried in 2020 video, I highly recommend it. It was a very long video, by the way. And I mentioned these three that I absolutely love these. So the Natasha Denona Glam palette, I am so happy that I got this at the end of last year before my low buy started. Beautiful, cool tones. The Charlotte Tilbury Bejeweled Eyes to Hypnotize, amazing formula. And the Bronze palette by Natasha Denona. I'm really happy that I purchased these. These were three of the last palettes I bought before my low buy started. And they're three of my favorite palettes in my whole collection now. So for today's video, I've decided to put on the Charlotte Tilbury one. The look is not going to be anything, super interesting. I'm going to go with this matte brown. So this is a look you could obviously do with a million different palettes. So I'm just going to start putting this in the crease. All the products that I'm going to talk about in this video were in my January makeup capsule, if you saw that. I really stuck to the capsule. There were just a couple times where I really wanted an eyeshadow color that I did not have in the capsule, and I used maybe two other palettes just on two occasions, but the rest of it, I really stuck to it. I enjoyed everything in it. It's been great. So I'm going to do a February capsule video, and then I'm going to kind of recap how I felt about January's capsule and all of that. So yeah, that's been great. I really have loved doing that. And yeah, my low buy, I'm going to do a separate low buy update video, but that has gone so well. I've had really no temptation. And again, I'll talk about it more in that other video, but yeah, it's been great. I've just been using the makeup I already had. Revolutionary concept, I know, right? Like, obviously, you bought the makeup, you need to use it. So this formula blends really well. I really like it. So I'm going to put this dark brown in the outer corner, and yeah. Let's see what else. Oh, I have one favorite that is skincare related. I forgot to grab it. I talked about it in another video though, I think last week. The Inkey List, just in general, I gotta say the Inkey List, I bought 3 products from them at the Sephora VIB sale at the beginning of November. I bought their retinol, their peptide moisturizer, and the tranexamic acid. That is really difficult to say. I loved all 3 products. I finished the moisturizer already. I haven't repurchased just because I have another moisturizer right now. I'm using the Neutrogena one, which I will say the Neutrogena is my holy grail, and I kind of slightly prefer it. It's actually more expensive than the Inkey List, which is kind of crazy because the Inkey List is sold at Sephora, but it's like ordinary type prices, very affordable. I'm gonna go with this red actually also in the outer corner. But the revolutionary product for me from them has been the tranexamic acid. Mentioned last year, these sunspots. So you still can see them, and I have some here. I wish I had done before and after pictures. I really didn't even think to do that. And honestly, I didn't think it would work at all, but they have lightened because of that. That is what that product is for. It's supposed to lighten hyperpigmentation. It had really good reviews, so I thought that I would try it. And I do think they've lightened. Obviously you can still see them, but I can tell a difference, particularly when I'm wearing makeup, because even if I was wearing full coverage before, I could still see those spots. And now when I'm wearing my foundation, you can't see them as much. So they obviously have not disappeared. And people say that it takes a minimum of 6 to 8 weeks to get results. I've been using it now for almost 3 months. So I'm hoping if I continue using it, maybe I'll get more results. But just the fact that they've lightened, I'm actually really, really happy about that. So, I mean, it's really not that big of a deal. And they're not very intense sunspots. So I don't want to complain too much about it, but that product has worked for me. I'm happy with the results. I'm gonna put this shimmer shade on the lid. I have it on my sponge tip and I have sprayed some setting spray on it. Yeah, this is just a really beautiful palette. I mean, colors, not that unique, but the formula has really, really impressed me. And I've also been loving the Bella Sophia quad. I've been using that one a lot this month too. Very, very nice eyeshadow formula. I've heard that not all her quads are as good. So if you're gonna buy a Charlotte Tilbury palette, and I've heard even that other of these larger palettes, they're not all as good as this. I watched a lot of reviews before I decided to buy this. So I would really recommend, if you're gonna buy Charlotte Tilbury eyeshadows, to watch some reviews first, because it appears they're not all created equal just from what I've seen. So I feel like this palette is also very Valentine's appropriate makeup. So I may keep this in my February capsule, actually. We'll see what I end up deciding, but there are only 3 matte shades in this palette, FYI, but also the bronze and the glam palettes by Natasha Denona. They are so good. And I did also get the Love palette. That was my Christmas gift from my husband. And that one is great too. I think I may redo my ranking my Natasha Denona palettes video. I did that in December. That was before though I got the glam and the bronze and the Love palettes. And those are probably gonna rank fairly high. So I think I'm gonna test them out more, but I think I may redo that video, but probably not at least for like over a month. But yeah, I think I'd like to update that because I've just had a huge change in heart about money spent on makeup. I talked about it in a video last week about if my eyeshadow palettes disappeared. I don't know, my low buy has really got me thinking, and I don't know that I ever want to spend more than $100 on an eyeshadow palette. $100 is still a lot, by the way. That's not cheap. This palette is $75. I have no regrets though. This palette's really good. But I've just been kind of thinking about some other palettes that I have, you know, like those larger Natasha Denona ones that are $129 or even more. I'm gonna highlight my brow bone with the Soft Glam, which is my Pan That palette. Yeah, I don't know. I just kind of been thinking about the money that I've spent on makeup, and that could have been put towards other things, which is what I've been doing on my low buy, by the way. Again, I'll talk about another video, but I don't know. I've had a huge change of heart. I don't want to spend this much money on makeup because eventually it goes bad. And palette wise, I mean, I own 100 eyeshadow palettes, so there's no way I could hit pan or let alone finish all of them. I did my winged liner off camera, Maybelline Line Stiletto as usual. I like to do my eyeliner like this. I just think it complements my eye shape. I don't know. It's always the same. Primer, I went ahead and put on my primer because I do like to let it sit for a little bit before I put on my foundation. And I've been combining these two together, which sounds high maintenance and kind of expensive. This is the Becca First Light Priming Filter, and this is the First Aid Beauty Coconut Skin Smoothing Priming Moisturizer, longest name ever. This I got in PR last year. I really like this one. I like this one too. I put them in project pans, and one day I just decided, hey, let's just mix them together and see what happens. And it is some magical combination. This has silicone in it, this does not, but together they are moisturizing, skin smoothing, and help my foundation last longer throughout the day, and somehow makes my foundation more mask proof. It's amazing. I don't know. I don't know that I'd actually go out and rebuy both of these to get this effect, but I have them. I'm trying to use them up, and they're both great on their own. I like them on their own too, but somehow together it has been absolutely fantastic. Foundation wise, Estee Lauder Double Wear has been my favorite. This color is 1W1 Bone. I actually have another color, 2N1 Desert Beige, and they both work well for me. It is my holy grail. My second and third favorites are e.l.f. and Catrice, but this is so long lasting. It just looks good throughout the day. It's incredibly mask proof. I mean, I barely get any foundation on my mask when I wear this. So I just take a Q-tip and smear it on my face. I know, super classy, but that's the thing. This does not have a pump. But yeah, this is the foundation I wore on my wedding day, other special occasions, and yeah, it really is the best that I've tried. So, can't deny that. But I also, the other foundation I have that I really like is the Too Faced Peach Perfect. This is actually pretty mask proof as well, but I do think that the Estee Lauder does last better throughout the day. So yeah, this is one of the few products that I always say, don't save your makeup for special occasions or anything like that. I purchased this bottle right before the whole pandemic started last year. And then since I wasn't obviously going out anywhere, wasn't seeing friends or anything, I kind of was saving it. So I barely used this last year because I was like, oh, it's so expensive. I don't want to waste it for just filming or going to work, you know, and I barely used it. But this year I decided, what am I doing? You know, this thing is going to go bad. This is a liquid foundation, you know, use it. What the heck are you doing? So pretty much since December, I've been wearing this foundation almost every single day. I am also trying to pan this Colourpop tinted moisturizer. So I've been using this a lot as well. It's fairly light coverage, so when I use that, I actually have been mixing that in with the Colourpop concealer for more coverage, which has been a good combo. I'm just trying to use them up. I mentioned in a video last week that I'm kind of turned off by Colourpop in general, so I'm not going to be buying from them for a while, so I figure why not try to pan some of the products. Speaking of panning, concealer, I've been combining these two. This is the e.l.f. Hydrating Camo Concealer. This is fair warm and it is too light for me. So I do have to mix this in with a darker concealer. And I have so many concealers in general and so many that are either too light or too dark. It's ridiculous. So this one's too dark. This is the Colourpop Pretty Fresh, but together they make the perfect color. So it's fine. I just do this. Been pretty much doing this every single day. I'm really close to finishing this, by the way. This is in the Partners in Cream Project pan. And yeah, have been enjoying this combo, but I'd like to get to the point where I use up some of these concealers that either are too light or too dark for me. I forgot I wanted to use the Charlotte Tilbury Flawless Filter. So I'll use this now before I put on any powders. Sometimes I just mix this in with my foundation, like I will dot it around my face and then put the foundation on top and kind of mix them together like that. I was gonna do that, but then of course I forgot. So this is the other way I do it, just kind of put it in that area. I really like this product. I mentioned this in several videos already. This is one of my favorite things that I bought last year because it's really versatile and it just is, it's really flattering on the skin. I have shade 1, by the way. I think there are 7 shades. Well, as you can see, there's a glow there. It's subtle. It's really not anything intense, but I like it. Face powder, I've been using the Pure powder. This is the 4-in-1. I have the color Light. This is something I got in PR last year, and it's a great face powder. I don't know. For me, face powder, I have combination skin, so it's a little oily, it's a little dry, kind of depends on the day. I can use a lot of powders because I have to set my face. If I didn't, it would break down because of the whole compost skin thing. But I'm not so oily that I need the world's most mattifying face powder. So for me, it's like I have to have face powder, but it doesn't matter that much what it is. But I prefer something like this that is a skin tone, just because those really white ones, those HD powders, I feel like they leave a white cast. Bare Minerals Mineral Veil. I don't set my under eyes with anything else. Surprise, surprise. That is a holy grail product. I don't even want to, you know, call that a favorite because that would be a massive understatement. It is a holy grail. And I always reblend my concealer right before setting it so that the creasing is fixed. And yeah, I use a really small amount of this. And yeah, it's amazing. It's actually keeps my concealer from creasing, which is pretty magical if you ask me. I've been contouring with this, the Flawless Filter by Charlotte Tilbury. No, this is not the Flawless Filter. I don't know what I'm talking about. This is the Film Star Bronze and Glow. I really do like this shade. It's very easy to do. I do a little bit on the jawline. I do think this kind of makes a difference. Bronzer, Colourpop Coconut Beach. Again, this isn't a project pan and I'm just really trying to use up some Colourpop stuff. I hardly put any bronzer on actually. I don't know. It's one of the few makeup products I'm very light-handed with. Most days I've been using my Project Pan blushes, which is this Too Faced one and then also one from Becca. Really like those. And the Charlotte Tilbury in Pillow Talk. I've been talking about this one so much. I love this blush. It's absolutely amazing and I've been wearing it in a ton of videos. So I thought I would change it up. This Island Time palette by Ofra has also been a favorite. This was in my January capsule. I forgot to mention it in the video. I forgot to grab it, but it is part of the capsule and I have been using it. So I am going to go with, I think I'm gonna go with this one. This is called Punch. They do sell all of these blushes individually. I got a really good deal on this palette. It was, I think I only got it for $12 or $14 and full price, it's like 30 something dollars. We'll say Ofra's products can be a little bit expensive, particularly the Chic products. I mean, one of their highlighters is 30 something dollars. So I thought this palette was a really, really good deal. I really like their blushes and their highlighters. I like some of their eyeshadows. I talked about that in my ranking all of the palettes I tried in 2020 video. Some of the palettes from Ofra I tried last year were really good. And then there was one that was really not very good, but their Cheek products are always a win. You still see the glow from the Flawless Filter. It looks really good. Okay. Highlighter, I've been using this from the Becca palette, which is in a Project Pan, and then Urban Decay Sin, which is also in a Project Pan, which I won't spoil because I've made really, really good progress on that. But another favorite, I'm gonna use something different. I'm using so much Charlotte Tilbury in this video, but this was in my, I can't remember, Shop My Stash, I think in December, and it's been in my Shop My Stash again this month. I really didn't like this when I first got it, but then I switched the brush I was using. I just felt like it wasn't pigmented, but I switched to this very dense brush. This is from Real Techniques. This is something I got in PR last year. This is the 402. This is a very dense brush. And if you have a highlighter that is not as intense or pigmented, try a really dense synthetic brush. The brush I was using before was a bit fluffier. So yeah, I've been using this with this palette and it's works very well. I do put on a generous amount, I will say. But oh my gosh, it's so beautiful. I'm really, really happy I tried a different brush because I was so disappointed in this thing. And this is expensive. Full price, this is 60 something dollars. She had a sale last year where I did get it for 34, which I mean, is still a lot of money. So I'm happy I found a way to make it work. Finishing powder, Catrice Champagne Campaign. I talked about this in my favorites video for 2020. It's in a Project Pan. I have found a dupe / replacement for the Hourglass powders. For me, this is it. It's not identical, but it causes the same effect. For me, finishing powder is a must do every single day just because I feel like it blends the bronzer, the contour, the highlight, the blush all together. For the lower lash line, I'm actually going to use My Pan That palette won't spoil it, but I'm gonna use just a warm brown sienna from the Soft Glam. All right, I did brows and mascara and my lip products. Let me talk about lip products. Now, this is one of the things I did change about my capsule. So these things, I don't think were in my capsule originally, but I kind of changed things up because I decided I don't want to buy lip products for a long time and I just want to try to finish up as many as possible. I'm currently wearing the Kylie lipstick in Bare and the Pat McGrath gloss in Bronze Divinity. I have tried to pan this thing multiple times and I have not finished it yet. And I decided that is it. I want to just pan as many lipsticks as possible. I found last week 3 lipsticks that had expired. They smelled rancid. So I threw those away and I just want to be focused on project panning lip products. I don't think I'm going to try to rotate for a while. I don't want to buy any and I just want to use them up. And exciting, I started wearing lipstick under my mask because I had stopped wearing lipstick during the work week because of the whole mask smudging thing. Well, I decided, you know what, I need to pan these lipsticks. Let's try again. So what I did was I combined a liquid lipstick and just like a bit of a tube lipstick. This is also in a project. This is the MAC Patrick Star and She Better Work. So I just layered them together and then I took a tissue and blotted. No lip gloss. Or I've tried this with lip liner also. The key is no lip gloss. Put on lip liner, lipstick, and blot, which just sounds so obvious. I don't know why I didn't think of this, 8 months ago. It does barely, it barely smudges. I was so excited and I wear makeup for myself anyway. I'm not wearing it for other people. So I'm gonna try to pan some lip products. So the capsule right now is just pretty much things I wanna finish up. And I'm only gonna rotate things out when something gets used up. Again, I'll talk about that in my next month's capsule. So yeah, this is what I'm wearing today. Really nice combo. I do wear lip gloss at home though. I like wearing lip gloss and I like to reapply it as well when I am at home. So yeah, that is it for this video. The day I'm filming this is actually my 36th birthday as well, which is kind of crazy. So yeah, today is my birthday. That is it for this video. This is the look. I like it. I mean, it's really nothing revolutionary. I gotta say though, this palette, even though these colors are not that unique, is a really easy to work with formula. I do feel like these eyeshadows just kind of blended themselves. So let us know what your favorites for the month are. I'll list everything in the description box. Thank you so much for watching and have a great day.